Okay, folks, got a few projects going. Of course, the Falcon, the four-wheel drive wrecker build, and I also want to get back on the finish up my rollback, the top kick that I put the bed on. I just wanted to get the bed on it so it was all in one spot, so I'm going to get back on it also. Going to jump between them, but we're going to go ahead and get this where we can drive it down the road. I've got the bed sitting on. I don't know if I showed you that. Went ahead and ordered, this bed's pretty rough. I ordered this front panel, rusted out real bad, bent in, dented, so they're not real expensive, so I went ahead and ordered one. So we'll get it on there. Just gonna fix some of the other stuff. I'm gonna leave the fenders like they are because they are actually shot. Rusted out at the bottom and at the back. Holes in them up here. But the bed sides are actually good, and you can't buy repair panels for these fenders. You can only buy the entire fender. And I'll just wait around. You know, they fit all the way up to 1966. So I'll just wait and watch around, see what we can find. This running board's got a few holes in it. That's probably fixable, no problem. We can weld that up. The other one's good. But I finally got the seats out. Took the bench seat I had in there out that didn't fit, of course. I've just got these sitting in it. These are out of the Granada. Surprisingly, these didn't have bolts that held them. They had studs that actually went down through the floor, and you had to take the nuts off from the bottom side of the car. It's a 1976 model car. Basically all I did was break them loose and take them off by hand. So you know, unbelievable that the bottom side of the car is not rusted out. It's in really good shape. I don't think it's ever seen any sold or anything, but you know, I've got the seats. I'll just have to get them right and get them where I want them. You know, they've got to be higher, so I'll have to build a pedestal for them. We're going to go ahead and get this door on. I hadn't ordered the bottom for the door yet. I was going to weld it in, but we're going to get it on either way. I want to get it where I can drive it down the road. I've got some more bolting to do on the front to get the front clip bolted down permanent. I got to get the cotter pins and the caps on the dust caps over or grease caps over the wheel bearings on the front. And I've got a couple issues here. Well, one issue, and we had the same problem with the other 236 after it's sit a long time. The O-ring's leaking around the throttle shaft really bad. It's leaking diesel down. We can pull this top off, replace the O-ring, not a big deal. Just takes a little time. And then we're going to go ahead and pull this cover off while we're at it, and we'll do it all at once and turn the fuel up on it. Go ahead and get the fuel up where we want it. Eventually we're going to put propane injection on it. We're just going to inject 2 or 3 pounds in it. We're not going to do a lot. And but my main concern, I want to go ahead and get this where we can take it down the road and check it out. And you know, like I said, between the other 3 projects, I'm going to be jumping around. And I've got the headers for the Falcon, and I'm hoping they're the right headers. Long tube headers. We're going to go ahead and we'll try to get them on. The Dodge truck, I'm going to just, you know, look for some parts here. I'm not going to jump on it. I got to get a rear end lined up, drive shaft, and some wheels and tires for it. And then we'll get it up here and pressure wash it and clean it up really good. Get the wheels and tires on the rear end and everything, make it look more presentable. And then we're going to, like I said, I'm just going to sell it. Give somebody a rat rod to work with, or a whole truck to work with. The engine's going to be just fine in it, no problem there. Really need to get the 4-door top kick rollback going. I'm going to go ahead and order a PTO unit for it, and we just got to do all the finish work. You know, not a lot of work on it, just a bunch of little stuff. Drive shaft, run the air lines, the brake lines, fuel lines, where we, you know, extended it, I think about 3 foot, I can't remember. And then we've got some holes to drill to mount some pieces on the frame, and we're going to put some toolboxes on it, and hydraulic tank, and of course the hydraulic pump. And we're going to go ahead and get that truck going, and you know, it's going to have some body work and paint and stuff. But you know, you run into a lot of situations where, you know, you've got a family traveling, and I actually had one the other night that you know, there was 3 or 4 people, and you can't haul them in a regular rollback, and you know, you can stuff them in there, but you know, you want them to be in seat belts and everything else. So it's a 4-door truck, so I want to get it done. And of course, it's, you know, newer than anything I've ever had, nicer than anything. I've never had a Duramax before, so we're gonna try it out and see how it does. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this some. It's getting late. I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. We'll do a video on it, and of course it'll be part of this video, and I'll show you more. Okay folks, it's the following day. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start getting this battery out of the way. We haven't built a box for it yet, so get the battery out of the way, and then we're going to get this injector pump, the top pulled off of it, and see if we can get an O-ring in there, and maybe we can stop that leak and turn the fuel up on it, and I'll show you how we do that. Alright. Okay, we're going to start by taking this tire wire off, and you can see they led these on there, and I think it's more for warranty than what it is, you know, worrying about it coming loose. So, see if we can break that off there. The military used them a lot on airplanes, on boats, but to keep them from coming loose. But I think that these are more warranty, but I'm not positive. Anyway, we'll take these off. I took my throttle linkage off, and of course we're not using the fuel shut off because we've got an electric fuel shut off here, and we're going to keep using it. If we had been using it, it'd probably be leaking too because of the O-ring, so we'll check it out. If we got 2 O-rings, we'll go ahead and put one in it too. Alright, there's our fuel. There goes our prime for sure. Alright, fill the spring in it. That governor spring, and that's probably what's broken our other injector pump for our other Perkins, but see if we can get it off. Alright. Now, you don't want to lose this or let it fall through. Remember, it was in the middle hole. There's 3 holes there. Now, our fuel shutoff, as you can see, fits down in a little groove on this rod. You got to make sure you line it back up. Kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll get it. Okay, here's the part. You can see we got 2 O-rings on the shaft, and they're dried up and hard, and that's what the problem is. And I don't know if it could run 3 or not, but we'll just pull these off, put 2 back on it, and that's the only thing that seals it up. And it was leaking pretty bad out of there. I mean, it was just pouring just about, so that'll take care of that problem, and we'll get her back together. And just watch when you take things apart, because our spring goes on the center hole, and just put it back the way it came apart, unless you know what you're doing about modifying it. You know, you're a whole lot better leaving it like it was. We'll clean it up a little bit, and then we'll pull the side cover and go and get the fuel turned up on it, get that over with. Alright, show you more. Okay folks, we've got the 2 new O-rings in. If anybody needs to know, these are 6mm ID, 10mm OD, and 2mm on the thickness. It's a metric O-ring, and fit real good. You know, they're a little bit tight in there, which is, you know, fine. I have no problem with that, and so it should work out real good. Don't have to worry about any leaks. So we're going to go ahead and get this back on, and we'll get it on there, and then we're going to go ahead and take this side cover off and open the fuel up a little bit on this, and I will show you when we get there. Okay folks, it's getting a little dark on me, but I'm going to try to go ahead and get this fuel turned up on this thing. And of course, the first thing we got to do, same as the others, take the safety wire off, and where they've got it lit on, and pull this off, and we're going to leak more diesel out, unfortunately. Part of the game. I'll get you where you can see. Get a screwdriver and we'll see if we can pry that off. Okay, we've got our fuel leak completely fixed. No problems there. I ended up having to make a gasket for the around the bottom. You can see, you know, it was falling apart. So just made a new one. Put it on. No problem, no leaks there. Didn't put any kind of sealer on it. Didn't want anything getting contaminated in the fuel, or you know, contaminating the fuel. I wasn't able to get any good video turning this fuel up, and the reason is where this is at. You know, we've got a fender well right here, and I ended up using a mirror to get it myself, and I just couldn't do it. It was dark. So I've got some pictures I'm going to show you, and in the picture you'll see that the notch on the injector pump, where you slide it at, is the difference in the fuel. And it's actually, I don't have a picture of it turned all the way up. I've got a picture of it leaned all the way out, but you'll get the idea. You know, there's two bolts inside that you have to loosen up. You got to loosen one, turn the engine, loosen the other, and you know, there's basically a little slide that you just slide up or down. If you slide it down, you're actually leaning it out. If you slide it up, you're you know, riching it up, and you know, we wasn't getting any black smoke before. We are getting some black smoke now. Not a bunch, just, you know, but we turned it up to the max. I mean, we've got boost now, got a turbo, so we're not racing it or trying to get it efficient or anything like that. We're just building an old truck, but it should do okay. We're gonna be driving it here for too long, take it down the road. Probably in the next video we'll do that. But still gotta, like I said, get the seats mounted in the bed, or the door, and of course you have the bed too. There's a lot of little stuff to do here. I did get, now I've got the grill sitting in there. It's not in there permanent yet. I did get the bumper on and mounted permanent, and it's not, you know, cleaned and painted or anything like that, but it's a really good straight bumper, and I'm not going to worry with putting any paint on it or anything like that. I need to get a headlight, probably 2 new headlights, but we'll get these bezels out and probably put some paint on them, and do a little work on the parking lights and stuff. I'm hoping I've got some that's in a little better shape than what these are in. But well, like I said, we're just going to get it where we can drive it. There's a show coming up on the I think it's 14th. But anyway, it's next month, but local school here. It's to support a new class that they have for training firemen. And you know, schools nowadays, you know, they're not what they used to be, you know, when it comes to shop classes and stuff like that. But you know, I was kind of impressed that they're actually starting a class for that, so we're gonna go try to help raise some money for them. So I figured I'd get this thing where we can take it. We'll take our old International and our motorcycle, and we'll go up there and see what happens. But and actually, Chipper's Body Shop out of Sanford, North Carolina, is the ones that's putting it on. I think his son's in the program, so he's going to host the show for him, and so we're gonna we're going to go up there to show them some support anyway, and hopefully help them raise some money and maybe give them a few dollars. But anyway, we're going to keep at it, and appreciate everybody watching. And I've been a little under the weather here since that hurricane. I was out in that stuff and got pretty sick. And actually the videos I done on the Dodge and stuff, I was sick as a dog when I done them. I actually gave my wife a 50-50 chance of me living. I was feeling so daggone bad, but anyway, that's a joke. But yeah, I'm finally getting over that stuff and getting to feel a little bit better. And I'm still having to do the toes and stuff. So, you know, when I get sick, it don't the phone don't quit ringing, so we don't stop working. And we may slack off a little bit on you know, what we're able to do outside besides the towing. But you know, when it comes to the towing, you can't. Highway patrol calls, you got to go. So, you know, we just work through it and, you know, make the best of it. So anyway, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.